Hello student, welcome back to the computer online class. Student, up to this much video you have to watch repeatedly. Today I am revising the question answer everything. I send it into the PDF format. Please note down and learn. Okay, book back one word and the question answer. Okay, let's get into the video. Listen, the first lesson is computer system. Okay, computer is available in the different size and type, you know that. Okay, here we are going to discussing the classifications of the computer based on their size. Okay, and also we are going to discuss not so common input and output devices like a barcode. Okay, such things now we are going to discuss about this through this lesson. Okay, listen, what are the subheadings available in this lesson. First is the classifications of computer by size. Second one, hardware. Third one is software. Finally, computer language. Today I am going to discussing about these things. Already I taught this lesson in the previous videos. Today I am just revise it. Okay. Listen student, I am going to revise the classifications of computer by size. On the basis of the size, we can classify the computer into 5 categories. First one is the mobile computer, second is the microcomputer, third is mini computer, fourth one mainframe computer, finally it is a supercomputer. Okay, first I am going to revise about the mobile computer. It is nothing, it is in the smallest computer designs to be carried around by the users. Okay, such like we can say the laptop, tablet, smartphone, ebook reader, PMP, and laptop tablet hybrid. These are the example of the mobile computer. Okay, laptop and the portable versions of the desktop where netbooks are smaller than the laptop. Okay, tablet are easy to identify. They came without all the things you are know. Okay, I said now some example of the mobile computer. All those things you know. Nowadays all the kids are very smarter than the olden kids. Okay, you know about everything, all the electronic gadgets you know. Already I taught these lessons. Okay, these are the mobile computer. Next one is the microcomputer. Microcomputer is a small computer that is used by the one person at a time. Okay, only one person can use the computer at a time. The desktop computer, that is called as the microcomputer. Okay, it's like a desktop computer. Third thing is the mini computer. Mini computer is larger than the microcomputer. Okay, typically it is same size of the refrigerator size. It is the refrigerator size. It is appeared in 1960s. Okay, fourth one is the mainframe computer. Mainframe computer are big, powerful and expensive multi-user computer. They are mainly used for the bulk data processing and large organizations like the government office, airlines and banks. For this purpose we are using the mainframe computers. Mainly it is used for the banking purpose. Okay, finally it is the supercomputer. Supercomputer is the biggest and most powerful computer. They often occupy an entire room. Okay, have you understand? If you have, it is the biggest computer, it can occupy the whole room. Okay, it can process the trillions of instructions per second. That is all about this classifications of computer by size. Okay, the second heading is the hardware. Okay, hardware is a physical component of a computer system that we can see and touch are called the hardware. Okay, what are the things we can able to touch? That is called as a hardware devices. Okay, hardware devices can be classified into input and output device, storage device and the central processing unit are the example of these hardware devices. Okay, first we are going to see about the input devices. Input devices, it accept the input from the user and converted into the form of the computer can understand. Can you understand? Input device and what are the things we are giving, the computer couldn't be able to understand it. Okay, it will convert our language into computer understandable language. Okay, some example is, first one is a barcode reader. Barcode reader, have you seen anywhere? Yes, some supermarket, shopping complex, everything is like a barcode for all those goods. This barcode is nowadays is there. If you have the geometry box, you can open it. Back side of geometry box, back side of the eraser, pencil. For all those things, this barcode reader is available. Okay, the barcode reader machine will scan it, and through scanning we can get all those information. Okay, second one is the MICR. MICR is nothing, magnetic ink character reader. Okay, it will scan the check. Okay, check the checkbook scanning is called as the magnetic ink character reader. We can check, usually have the check number, bank code and the branch code printer in the magnetic ink. This information is scanned by the magnetic ink character reader and the check or sorted city wise or branch wise. Okay, then third thing is the OCR. OCR is nothing, optical character reader. Optical character in this device to input normal printer or handwritten text. Okay, it will scan the normal printing or the handwritten text. Okay, the process produce the digital image of the text. Next one is the optical mark reader, OMR. Optical mark reader is nothing, so OMR sheet, you know that. Okay, optional sheet. Have you remember? This sheet we are using for the exam purpose. Okay, it is a device which is capable of reading the printed form used in the objective type exam. Okay, I said no objective type exam for we are using this OMR sheet. 4 option will be there. We will round one option. Okay. For exam we can with the box or circle that can be filled with a dark pencil or ink. Okay, we will mark it. When a light beam passes through such a form, the marked area reflect less light than the unmarked one. Okay, this OMR scan will be scanned by one machine. If you scan means the dark area is beam is lighter than the remaining area. Through that it will check the answers. Okay, the marked area reflect less than that the unmarked one. This way the optical mark reader recognize the boxes or circle that are filled. Okay, this technology is called the optical mark recognition technology. Okay, finally it is the card reader. Card reader is used for, you know that ATM card, you know, no that machine, which machine is read the card, that's called as a card reader. Okay, informations on the form of the number and the character is magically stored in the magnetic strip. Okay, next thing is the output device. Okay, in the hardware device we have both two input device and output device, and we saw the input device thing. Now I am going to teach about the output device. Output device convey the information from the computer to the user. Okay, input device means what are the information we are giving, output means it will display. Okay, the such output devices are LCD, liquid crystal display projector, second one Braille printer, third one is the plotter. Okay, it's a printing device. These are the example of the output device. Next we are going to see about the software. Software refers to the computer program that are needed for running operating a computer system. Okay, there are two type of software. First one system software, second one is application software. Let's see about the system software. Okay, system software contain OS, operating system, driver, compiler and interpreter and assembler. I'll see what is system software. System software is refers the program designed to control the operations of a computer system. This program is assist in running application program. Okay, first one, see the OS. All the computer, this OS is available. For example, we can say Windows, Android, Linux, Unix, Mac. These are the OS. Okay, without the OS, computer couldn't able to operate it. Okay, the main part of the OS system is it's a master control program that run the computer. If you can run the computer without the OS, we couldn't able to run. Okay, all the computer have the separate OS. It control the flow of the signal from the central processing unit in the various part of the computer. That is the main thing. Clear? When a computer is switched on, the operating system is the first program to be loaded in the memory. Okay, once you open the laptop or computer, first the OS will be on. Okay, next thing is the drivers. Drivers is a computer that enable a computer to interact with a hardware device such as a printer and a pen drive. If you are in additional to the computer, if you are joining any other things like a printer and a pen drive, such things, if you are adding that, that is called as the driver. Okay. Third one is the compiler. Compiler is a program that translates the high level language into a computer program into a machine level language. At first itself I said whatever things we are giving to the computer couldn't able to understand it. Okay, our language they couldn't able to understand. So whatever we are typing inside the compiler, it will translate our language into machine language. Machine can understand only zeros and one. Okay, after understand the computer will display the output. Okay, after understand it, what are the things we want, it will display through the output device. Okay, that is the use of the compiler. The translated program is called the object program or object code. Clear? Okay, next thing is the interpreter. Interpreter is the program that translates one statement of a high level language program into machine code and execute it. This is also same thing, like a statement wise it will translate. Okay, it then does the same for the next statement and proceed in this way until all the statements in the program have been translated and executed. Okay, compiler means word by word it will translate and give it, but interpreter whole statement together it translates into machine language. After that we'll get the process of line by line translation and executions take place whenever the program is interpreted. Okay, therefore both the high level language program and the interpreter are needed to run the program. Understand all of you? While we have to run the program, sure the compiler interpreter must be there to translate it. Okay, finally it is the assembler. Assembler is a program that translates an assembly language program into machine level language. Okay, assembly program everything it will translate into machine language. That's all about almost thing is a translating process is called the system software. Second thing is the application software. Application software contains two things. Application software is designed to help the users do some useful work. Okay, it can be classified into two. First one is package, second one is utility. Listen, first one is the packages. Packages is a computer application consisting of one or more program created to do a particular type of work, like word processor such as a WordPad and Word 2016, then graphic presentation of PowerPoint 2016, then database managements like Access 2016, MySQL and Oracle, then accounting package like a Tally, then spreadsheet like a Excel 2016. These are some example of the package. Okay, if you are downloading one, the setup will be, if you are downloading Word, MS mean all those things will be come under this packaging format. Okay, that is called about the package. Next thing is the utility. Utility means it's like a program designed to maintain a work on the system or on system components. Utility include the following. First one is the backup software such as the Amanda and Box Backup. Second one is the antivirus software. Antivirus software is nothing like MC Free, Quick Kill and Norton. Okay, the third one is the disk defragmenters. Finally it is the disk compression utility. These are the example of the utilities. Understand? Utility, what I said, it is a program designed to maintain the work on the system or on system components. Clear? Okay. The last part of this lesson is the computer language. Computer language is called a programming language. It's a language is used to write and develop the software or program for the computer. Computer language can be classified into two, that is a low level language and the high level language. I said language is most needed for the computer. Without language, computer couldn't able to understand anything. Okay, they couldn't respond it. Okay, first one is the low level languages. Low level languages two type. First one is machine language. Second one is the assembly language. Low level language are machine dependent. code written for one machine might not work on the other. Okay, machine language is the language that the computer understands and execute directly without translation. In machine language, each instruction is written in the form of the long strings of zeros and one. A program written in machine language runs very fast because no translation is required. Okay, understand machine language is about the zeros and one. Okay, so there is no translators needed for the machine language because already it is zeros and one. Okay, the disadvantage is, see, with using zeros and one we couldn't able to write the program, we'll make the mistake. That is the main reason. In our language means it's okay. Okay, second one is assembly language. Assembly language was the first computer language to use the work made with the letter of the English alphabet. It was developed in 1950. Okay, then next thing is the high level language. High level language is developed by 1950s. In the high level language is called as a source program. It cannot run directly on the computer, it must be compiled and interpreted. Okay, it's a high level. Okay, directly couldn't able to run it without using the compiler and interpreter. High level languages are machine independent. They can be run a different type of computer with a little or no chance. A few examples of the high level languages are BASIC, COBOL, Fortran, C, C++, and Java. These are the high level languages. Clear? These are about on it. Okay. Okay, thank you student. Hope all of you understand. If you have any doubt these lessons, please watch the previous video and learn it. Okay, thank you.